To get started and try out maple syrup for the first time, all you really need is a bucket like this, and if you just have one, then all you need is a pot on the stove to boil it down. However, in my case, I have 14 buckets and 28 taps, so I need an evaporator. And here's how I built mine. I use cinder block and sand at the bottom, and at the top, red clay brick as it has a higher heat tolerance. A couple pieces of rebar to support the pan, and some refractory cement to seal everything up. A food-grade 55-gallon drum, elevated so that it can gravity feed the sap. The tap was simply a reducer going to some half-inch PEX. The pan was just a cheapo at $180, but it did the job. After placing it on top and sealing it up, I decided to take it for a test run. For the purposes of a test run, I ran it without the ventilation hood. However, opening the door to the shed, as you can see, didn't work as well as I had hoped. Using some corrugated plastic, a 6-inch stovepipe, and a 140mm PC fan that is also waterproof worked out pretty darn well. I had another 55-gallon drum in the back of my truck to collect the sap. I had it pumped from the truck to the shed with a USB-powered fish pump. As it falls into the drum in the shed, it also passes through the first filter. With the spigot to drain the pan here, I would simply place the pot here with the filter on top of it to filter it a second time. Once you bring the concentrate into the house for the final boil, you can determine whether or not it's finished by using one of these to make sure it's between 66 and 68%. With the collection barrel in the back of my farm truck, I would simply drive out to the trees and dump the buckets, like so, into the main barrel. All you need to tap the tree is to drill a hole roughly 4 inches deep with a drill bit that matches your tap. As you can see, I have Teflon tape on mine. It's not really necessary, but it was a cheap tap. Some will argue the depth of the hole or the angle, but I honestly can't tell the difference.